Montgomery Bell Halloween Hike, October 31st, 2023. Miles to nowhere at a 7 cemetery hike. I will be hiking to all 7 cemeteries in Montgomery Bell Park. First stop, Low Cemetery, and its one sole occupant, Dorothy Lowe. The fun does not stop there. Next stop, Montgomery Bell Campgrounds, as we walk through towards Jackson Elasier Cemetery. The Laurel Furnace Workers Cemetery, or sometimes called the Slave Cemetery. It's unknown how many people are buried here. Only a few modest, worn, weathered down stones still remain, marking the graves somewhat of those who lie here. It's still possible to have fun while hiking to cemeteries here at Montgomery Bell. I stopped by to see the ghost of old Ernest P. Worrell here at Ernest Goes to Camp Campground, Group Camp 2 here in Montgomery Bell. Back to the task. Now we are off to Hall Springs, or sometimes called Werewolf Springs. But first, I think I will stop at a pavilion to rest and maybe get some water. Last year, I got bit by the most ferocious and vicious tick. I believe it gave me lycanthropy. For sometimes when the moon gets full, I turn into a werewolf. Oh. Stupid fleas. Hall Springs Campground is the largest of the campgrounds within the property of Montgomery Bell. It has some of the oldest tombstones and has the legend of the werewolf of Werewolf Springs. It will be a 2-mile hike to the next 2 cemeteries and a 2-mile hike back. But since I was passing Hall Springs, or Werewolf Springs as we call it, I decided to drop off my gear and set up my hammock and get ready for the night, for I knew night was falling. Night started to fall before I had even reached the last cemetery. It was getting dark. I had not brought my flashlight, so by the time I had reached the Richardson Cemetery, it was completely dark, and I had to walk back the 2 miles in complete darkness in the woods with no flashlight. While safely arriving back at the campsite after my night hike, I had noticed a small campfire burning in the woods nearby. I smokey-beared the fire and then went back to my camp and fell asleep in the freezing night. only to be awakened by the park ranger asking me if I knew I had left my windows down in the parking lot 2 miles away. Please enjoy these photos I took of the park a week earlier during the fall foliage. Thank you for watching another adventure of Miles to Nowhere, and hey, save some trail for me.